Hello, my friends. Welcome to Lean and Clean with Fitness Chef Christine. I am Christine, your host. And today I have my very dear friend, Debbie Mangani here. She has taught me yoga for the last 6 years, and it has been quite the journey. We've spent lots of time together, and I can't wait for you to get to know her. Debbie is going to talk to us today about her journey. And Debbie, I'm going to let you take it away.
Hello, everybody. How are you today? So, the journey began with yoga, and yoga started many years ago for me. I started doing yoga 23 years ago, but I never did this part of yoga, the meditation side. And not because I never did it, I started doing it later in my journey, is what I should say. So, yoga and meditation, and how does that relate to each other? So, that's how it starts out for a lot of people. A lot of people start in a yoga mode or in, let's say, even just that softer journey of a workout, right? Whether it's yoga or Pilates or what it is. But meditation takes you to a whole different side. So, meditation is really more about changing your way of your thought process in a sense. Okay. So, not letting your thoughts just go away, but learning how to channel them differently. So, how does meditation work as far as how did it work for me? I got put into a situation where I had a physical condition with my eye and I had to be in pure stillness. And so that's where that journey began because to learn to meditate is very hard for a lot of people because to unplug yourself from stimulation and from doing and from thinking and from creating all those stories in your head, that happens right when you are constantly in motion. And we live in a world that's completely plugged in, and we don't literally take time sometimes just to sit in our stillness and let go. So mine started, I almost would say maybe it was forced in a sense for me to learn how to meditate. I also included my prayer into my meditation. So is that for everyone? Maybe it isn't, but it's a great way to incorporate both things at one time. So meditation is, so how do I want to say you would start in meditation? Let me just give you like how I feel meditation works. Meditation changes everything about your brain. It calms your brain down, it calms your nervous system down, it takes away stress, takes away anxiety, it takes away depression. Doesn't necessarily mean you're going to sit somewhere and completely be okay with sitting still and letting your thoughts just go.
You know me, I always have trouble with that.
And it's not reality, okay? So my thought about it is scientifically it's proven to absolutely help you through so many different things because the fact is you can channel your energy however you want to, and meditation teaches you how to channel yourself differently. Like when you finally can calm yourself in a sense to where you can just let your body relax, and maybe you're doing a body scan meditation. So there's different types of meditations. Some people will do a body scan. Some people will pick one word and they'll sit with it for 20 minutes. They'll sit with it for a minute. This will be something you have to cultivate, right? It's not something that just comes natural to people. There are people who can sit down like this and drop off. And I'm that person now. I can sit down now for 45 minutes, not utter a word, not open my eyes, and I can just get that journey wherever it is I need to be, whether it's a body scan or it's like I said, there's guided meditation. So there are different styles of
I do the
meditation.
guided meditation because otherwise my brain just floats
Right.
out there and nowhere. I get all like,
So the idea, right, like to teaching someone like you meditation, let's say, for example, would be you would just begin in a seated position or laying down, whichever feels good for you. And if it's okay with you, you close your eyes. If not, you might take your gaze off to a distance. But the idea is to not feel like you have to control what's happening. So there's the key, right? Letting
right,
go of
right.
control. So that's another thing that people have a really hard time with. So meditation is a time of reflection within yourself. So you're not reflecting on how good it turns out, the meditation. There's no judgment in it, right? If you can't sit more than 5 minutes, that's okay. That means the next time you come to it, maybe you'll find something different in your meditation. So when I first started meditating, what I remember most was I heard everything outside of me, everything. If it was a bird, if it was a little click in the room, if it was the air conditioner going on and off. And once you learn to really just get into that meditation mode where you can soften your mind, let your body relax, and not attach yourself to anything. All of a sudden you don't hear anything. You hear maybe your heart beating, you might hear your breath, and there's a sense of calm that comes over you. It washes over you, and you begin to recognize how you're sitting. How's your spine feel? How does your body connect to the earth? Is your breath labored, or is your breath really soft and even? And you all of a sudden there's a different feeling inside of you. And so, how do I recommend beginning meditation?
How,
Do you have
how,
any questions so far?
how long did it take you till you got to the point where you feel like you could actually let go of everything and let your body melt and your brain calm down?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, it took a long time, and part of it is because depending on what you're going through, right? If you're a person who's got everything is going really well in your life and things are good, it might even be harder to meditate, because sometimes when things are really good, you're not stopping to go, okay, I got to take a break because everything's rolling along and I'm doing great. But does your nervous system need a break from everything? It does. So I think when I became a yoga teacher, I think I learned more because I was giving that energy to others.
Right.
So sometimes the energy that you have within you resonates with others. And when you see how you can resonate your energy to other people, even if you are, whether that doesn't mean you don't have to be a teacher, whatever you're doing in your life, there's a certain happiness that comes over you when you can find that. Like when I'm overbaked, I call myself overbaked. When I am baked to the point where I feel like toast, I have to sit myself down and come back to that quiet place. And for me, I think what really helps is if you find a place, the place where you feel most comfortable. I have a yoga studio upstairs in my house. It's my happy place, I call it. So what I really think you have to do is find a happy place at some point. Some people can meditate while they're driving. That doesn't mean you shouldn't be paying attention to the road, of course, but that it's a meditative feeling for some people. Like some people are good. I think that the biggest issue in our life today, and why people have a hard time with getting still and unplugging, is because we have so much stimulation. And it's unfortunately, it's an unhealthy way of living when you are constantly stimulated. Not saying stimulation isn't good, it's great. But as long as you can back away from it once in a while and you can find this gentle peace within yourself. So to begin meditation, I'm going to give you what I'll call the 4 points of getting started.
Okay.
So number one, you want to find a place where you're comfortable. Are you comfortable seated? Are you comfortable laying down? Is there a certain chair you sit in? Is there a certain position you sit in? So I'm definitely into my yogi style. So I love to sit in, they call it sukhasana. So it's crisscross on the floor. I like to sit. I like my spine straight up. I like my hands to be resting. Now you can rest your hands flat.
I was gonna
You
say
can
palm up or
find
palm
a
down.
hand mudra. You rest your hands on your legs. You can rest them on the earth, however you feel comfortable. And then you start to connect to where you are in this position. How are you seated? Are you connected to something? Do you feel stable because you're connected to the earth? Is the earth making you feel stable? Are you connected to this chair that is holding you? Whatever space you're in, you want to find that connection. And then you want to slowly find a gentle breath and start to acknowledge the different parts of your body. So what I like, the beginning of meditation, I do believe that when you first start meditating, if you could just learn to meditate by connecting to each part of yourself. So maybe you think about the outside of your face and softening your jaw. And then maybe you soften your lips and your teeth and your tongue and your nose. And you start to just feel this softness around your face. And you bring it through your body. And so you take it through your neck and then your shoulders down to your hands. And you really acknowledge that, so that you're not completely trying to empty everything out. You're
Right.
giving yourself permission to not feel like you're having to let go of everything. And now, what do I do with this empty space? So, what you're doing is by connecting to all these parts in your body, you're guiding yourself through your body. And that kind of brings you a calm. And then, when you finally feel like you've connected to everything, take a few moments and just witness how you feel. And once you can witness how you feel, maybe you can sit with it. And then you begin to start sitting with it. Okay. So that's like a beginning sort of meditation, or I call it my body scan meditation.
I like
So
that.
yeah. And there's different styles of meditation. So another way to meditate would be, well, let me just complete that one. When you get to the end of all of that, maybe you want to sit for 5 minutes. Maybe you're so relaxed now, you can actually sit there. Maybe you want to come back up through your body. And maybe that's a peaceful way of being. Or maybe now you're so peaceful here, you can just sit and breathe and find that relaxation. And then you start to bring awareness back into your body and you reawaken yourself. And then you take some nice, big, deep breaths. You let them come in and out. You acknowledge where you are and you acknowledge, what did I just experience? Was it good? Was it agitating? It's okay. It doesn't matter. What you come out of it feeling like isn't the end result, because the result is you showed up and you gave yourself permission to sit and be with yourself. That is really hard for a lot of people.
That's what I need to do in the middle of the night when I have insomnia.
Exactly, exactly. And that's another thing. Some other types of meditation that feel amazing that I like is, let's say you're working through your chakras, which are your energy centers. Maybe you want to focus on your heart space. And then when you are focusing on your heart space, you can actually have your own. This is where guided meditation is nice if someone's guiding you through it. I do a lot of guided meditation with people, like using different parts of their chakras. But when you, like, let's say when you do your heart meditation, you could focus on your heart, but you could also focus on giving part of this meditative space within your heart to someone else. You could draw somebody in that maybe is here or maybe no longer with you, and you can pour them deeper into your heart space. And when you do it through a meditative state, it's a whole different feeling. Like you can actually feel, you can feel things that you never felt before. You may want to do a meditation where you're letting go of something, where you need to take this one item that you have stuffed down inside of you, maybe from childhood, and you start to bring it up and you let it release out. Or possibly your meditation will just be kindness and loving for yourself. And that's it. You just want to maybe take a few words and you may want to just repeat them. You may even want to chant during your meditations. So there are many different ways to do all that, but that's getting into a lot more. So just to learn to be there with yourself, be kind to yourself, love yourself, give yourself that time. So right now I'm post-surgery, as you well know, because you've helped me through it. And I have to tell you, it's been really difficult. I had a major surgery and now I'm finally feeling better. But I couldn't even really bring myself into a good meditative place because I was in pain. And the pain and I were fighting with each other. And I had to, so at nighttime, I spent a lot of time doing breath meditation, which is another whole different meditation where you just practice your breathing. And as you practice your breathing, you're so focused on your breath that you're no longer thinking about the other stuff going on inside of you. So yes, the meditation came harder for me. And now yesterday, I sat here and I meditated for like 45 minutes just to calm and relax and find peace in myself, to be more patient, to finish the journey of healing. And it really helped. 100% helped me yesterday.
Let me ask you a question about the breath meditation. Is it breathing through your nose, holding it and letting it go? Or is that something completely different?
Okay, so there's different styles of breathing. And so yes, the way I think breath meditation feels the best is as if you count that breath in, maybe you pause, maybe you let it go. Some people don't have capacity to hold. Sometimes when you hold at the very top, and then you slowly let it go. Sometimes the breath is a little bit shorter coming in and longer going out. So you can adjust the breath as you meditate. And sometimes you'll find the more you find stillness and relaxation, the deeper the breath will be. And you can use that to completely calm your whole nervous system. That's one way to breathe yourself back to sleep too. If you wake up in the middle
Oh,
of the night and you can't find that sleep. There are times
every night.
I normally sleep really well now, but there have been moments in this journey of recuperation, or like when you're going through something where it just, you wake up and it's okay, I really want to sleep. I need to sleep, but I don't know how to get back there. And turning the TV on or looking at the phone is not a good idea. The one bad thing I do say is phone screens, TV screens, all that light in your eyes stimulates you so much that meditation becomes impossible. And so it's very important to unplug everything. And even your watch. Some people go to bed with their watch on. Do not go to bed with your watch on.
Do
You're
you
stimulating your body all night long.
do you think it's best to meditate in a dark room, or does
I don't
it
think it
matter?
really matters unless you are light sensitive as far as can you close your eyes. So some
Okay.
people can close their eyes and they still feel like they see light because they don't really can close their eyes because they're too worried about what might be happening, so their eyes open up. So if you're that person, even a sleep mask is nice,
Okay.
especially if you're going to meditate in daylight. I used to not be able to do that. I used to be that person that had that little slit going on. Now, I don't know. I think the more you find a comfortable place, the more you learn how to calm yourself first, then it doesn't matter where you meditate. And my one of my favorite places to meditate, if you're fortunate enough to be near the ocean, there you go. Or if you're a mountain person, there your atmosphere has a lot to do with your meditation. If you're in a cluttered space, you can feel the clutter in the room. That's part of decluttering your life. So you're decluttering your mind, right?
Okay.
Wherever it is you can find a place to meditate, it will bring you back to a holistic place within yourself. So meditation is not just for your mind, it's for your body, it's for your wellness, it's for everything that goes on within you. It's all connected, right? Mind, body, and soul.
Right. Would you think that yin yoga, where you have your long held poses and you're breathing through it, is a style of meditation?
Yes.
Often when we do it, you read meditations while we're doing it, but is the practice of yin itself a form of meditation?
Yes, yin is a form of meditating through your tissue. So that's another whole different thing. So when you combine like the yoga style of life with meditation, then you get double your benefits, right? So when I'm in yin, when I do my own yin by myself, I'm in pure meditation the whole time. And it is, to me, probably one of the most beautiful things I can do. When I have a busy, crazy, stressful time, or when I'm doing my chocolate business also, which I do like during the holidays, and I'm out of my mind because I've been going so many hours, or my body is just shut. And I go up and I just do, even if it's a half hour or 20 minutes, it changes everything. I'm like a whole different person when I come out of my practice. Combining all these things changes your life. That doesn't mean a good, solid, hard workout doesn't change your life. What you put in your body changes your life. Like everything you and I always talk about. The whole idea of combining this beautiful, healthy lifestyle to be not just a better person for other people, but being a better person for yourself. We worry about how we're perceived by others, but how do we perceive ourselves? Can we be nicer? I know I could be nicer to myself on lots of days. And sometimes I
Same.
have to go remind myself to get kind to myself, or finding grace through healing.
That's why we're friends. We can help each other.
And what better way to help people, especially people who've been through trauma? There's nothing better than them learning how to just work through just even their breath, or just that work through just being able to be still without being nervous about it.
For sure.
There's a reason why we are a society of illness, because we don't take time to just, and you don't need hours to do this stuff. You choose how you may start doing it and go, oh yeah, I could do this longer because it's really going to change my day. And it does, it changes you. It makes you more capable of taking in and absorbing the good stuff. And because your mind is created to take in the thoughts and process them the way that you want to process them. Nobody processes your thoughts but you. So meditation helps you to process better.
Yeah, we definitely live in a rapid pace world. We're
Yes.
always on the run. I feel like sometimes I'm like, I just need to disconnect. I
Yes.
just need to stop the train and get off.
Yes.
How can people get a hold of you if they want to work with
Okay,
you?
so I have a website, feelgoodyogagirl.com. I have an email address on there also. I do online as well as face to face. And I just think if everybody just gets started, they will find their way through, and then they might want to try new different things in their life, like maybe try changing up their habits.
Yeah.
Because these are, let's face it, just when I know self help is out there if you want it. And self help means you have to apply yourself. So even meditation takes application because it means you have to sit yourself down and try it. If you never try it, you're never going to know. Can you really be still? Can you really tap into yourself? Can you learn to love what's already inside of you? Because you know what? You can keep adding on layers, but what's already in there? Have you even tapped into that part?
Yeah. No, that's a beautiful thing. I totally agree. And honestly, I never really thought that I would be capable of sitting still. And you have taught me so much about that because I really struggled to slow my mind down. It wasn't that my body didn't want to slow down, it was that my mind kept just racing.
You're a prime example for me. So I've been teaching you for a while. You did the whole big turn. You took that big leap over to the other side. Even though you're still, I'll call you my crazy Chris
That's
because
right.
you go 100 miles an hour. But when you're in that room and you're laser focused, you are laser focused and you've learned to be calm. When you're in Shavasana, you could stay there. If I left you there and went away, I do
That's
believe
true.
you go to sleep.
I keep trying to convince her to give me 1 hour of Shavasana, but she says no. She
Yeah,
makes
no.
me do she makes
Well,
me do
yeah,
the yoga part.
yeah. There's also another style of yoga that people could benefit from with meditation, and that's restorative yoga. So
Mhm.
restorative yoga is much different in the sense of yin, because in restorative you just use all these props and you get yourself all cozy and then and then it's really nice if someone's teaching you and guiding you. There's that's an amazing way to let go and release, and it's really good. There's so many things that this whole practice is good for. It's good for healing you in so many different ways, or it's good for taking you to the next level of feeling your best.
Yeah.
So you know what, it works for everybody, and it doesn't matter what age you are, it doesn't matter what walk of life you're in, from the big wigs on down. This is why athletes, big time business people, successful people are all starting to tap into this idea of getting their nervous system back in order, because everybody's out of control just
Yeah,
a little
the
bit,
stress level is just crazy.
Yeah,
It's just a
it
crazy
is.
thing.
It is.
Thank you so much for being with me today and for
You're
sharing your
welcome.
gifts. I appreciate it so much. And I actually see Debbie like every day, but we don't rarely get a chance to share the messages. So I really appreciate you being here with me today. And I will put your website and your information in the show notes so anybody that wants to connect can do so. And as for my audience, I thank you all for being here with me. As always, I pray for each and every one of you. If you have not subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button or the follow button and make sure that you leave a comment or a question. We'll come back and answer those. I wish you all a blessed day and I thank you for joining us. We'll see you
Namaste.
we'll see you next time.